the time I had that enlightenment experience and I was seeing that, oh, in September 2025, there's a lot of prophecies that the Messiah will come back, and then there's a three-eye atlas, and then, oh, the Hopi Native Americans, are seeing that as their blue kachina, meaning it's the time for the new world, like it's a whole purification, second coming. I was like, oh, these might be linked. Okay, so then when it came through, I was like, oh, this makes sense, right? So let's review in the Hopi Native Americans. And I was born in Arizona, where the Hopi Native Americans are from, you know, some signs and synchronicities showing me who I am. Okay, so the first sign was the coming of white-skinned men. Okay, yeah, 1600s, sure. Coming of spinning wheels, covered wagons, later automobiles. Strange buffalo-like beasts, European cattle that do not interact with the land in a way that sustains the land and the ecology in a healthy way. European cattle need different grass. Buffalo love the grass that have really long roots, so you need to maintain groundwater. Anybody hear drought, floods? Floods happen when the water is not, like there's not enough dams, there's not enough groundwater. No groundwater equals flooding. Look it up, okay? Snakes of iron, railroad tracks, okay. Giant spider web, the internet, telephone lines, electricity. Rivers of stone, concrete highways. Because, of course they're not going to have a word for the internet, in 1500s in Arizona with the Hopi tribe. That's not going to happen, right? The sea turning black, all the oil spills and stuff. Long-haired youth, the hippie movement of the 60s. Dwelling place in the heavens, a laboratory in space that falls with a great crash, like, we have the Skylab. And then let's get to the blue kachina. So the blue star kachina is, it'll be like the 9th and final sign before the day of purification. Well, the blue kachina was closest on December 19th. And that's the day YouTube showed me a video. So I finally understood what I was told in my enlightenment experience for the second coming and the great purification. And I was shown that they want to restore the buffaloes. There's a summer camp and a winter camp. And then there's challenges with the national parks. And can they use the national parks to live their native ways? And all these things came through. I'm like, so the video showed me that in Montana, where I've been drawn for the last couple years, that's exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening. They got a summer camp, they got a winter camp, they're moving the buffalo. And then I did more research. Oh, well, they killed the buffalo luckily, they found a herd of buffalo deep inside of Yellowstone. They're intuitive, they hid. We went from a few thousand buffalo, we're at 500,000 in America now. We have buffalo ranches, eat buffalo meat, and buffalo meat is healthier for you than cattle meat, than red meat, than beef. It has higher omega-3s and more lean fat. So it's the unsaturated fat, or it's a saturated, I can't remember which one, but it's the omega-3s, which is what's healthier. So, all of these signs and synchronicities that I didn't know was happening in 1995 was showing me my future. And that's how our souls communicate to us. That's how our souls help us see ourselves. The universe is a mirror. So when I remembered that I was on the USS Shenandoah in Israel, and how and that the ship was only commissioned for 16 years, and the Haifa port's not always a port, I was like, wow, my soul has a plan for my life. And it helped me really accept that my soul plans my life based on my wounds for self-improvement opportunities. We're here. We're souls having a human experience. I'm the only one that has sovereignty over my soul.